Hi everybody, welcome to Kate's Space. I'm Kate from Pixie Designs, and today I thought I'd just pop the camera on while I had a play with some of my vintage checks that I have a pile of. I am going to probably pop these back in the shop in packs. I'm not really sure. I'll keep them sort of as packs of, I don't know, it would be good if people could choose, wouldn't it? But keep them real thin so I can pop them in an envelope and they can go letter rate, which would be really cheap. Anyway, what I want to make out of these is some little Happy Mail sort of folder things. I have made them before, and so I want to try and do it again. Now this one here, I really like this check, and I think I might actually want to use this as something else. So I'm going to keep that one free. So I might use these two, though they're different colours. I might grab another one. So they're from around the late 20s to early 30s, all of these. And as you can see, they've been cancelled, and they have a line through them like that to cancel them. And then sometimes they'll have signatures and things on the back. I always leave those. At some point, some of them have been sort of clipped with one of those stapleless paper, stapleless staplers. So what I want to do is I'll use two, because these ones are fatter. I'm going to fold it over at about there. Oh, see, that one's not going to work either. I've made these before and I haven't had to strengthen them. So this one, you can see the seal has come through, but I can use this one. This seal hopefully won't. So I want about that much of a lip. So that's my flap. Now these checks aren't overly straight, so this project probably won't be straight. And so then this is going to be the top. And so what I'll do is I'll just wrap this around to make the rest of the envelope. So I'm going to glue, let's just start by gluing that to that. Yeah, that's, or do we want it to, maybe we want to go, do we want to go that way and have it upside down there? No, I want that there like that. So this is, yep. So that's that, and that's gonna go. Bear with me while I just try and work this out. Yep. Okay, so let's just get some glue here. So we have an incredibly blustery day today. The wind is absolutely blowing a gale. And yeah, it's crazy. Crazy out there. I think actually what I did with my other one is I did it that way. Never mind, we're doing it this way. Let's try and get it somewhat straight, shall we? And this is going to come over to about here, I think. Yeah, so the wind's just going mental out there today. Bit of rain, but just mostly gale winds. So yeah, it's not perfectly straight, but that's okay. And then what I want to do in here is make sort of like a concertina sort of envelope, and I just need to decide what paper I want to use for that. I think in the past I've used some ledger paper. So what I want to do is make sure that it's sort of strong-ish, and then I want to decide whether I'm going to cover this bit here up. I might, because it's got a bit of a tear in it, but we could go in with some washi tape or sellotape. I might put some old sellotape across there just to start with, and we can go from there. So how is everybody? I hope you're all well today. Keeping safe. I know we've had those terrible storms in the States, and yeah, I haven't watched any of the footage. I just find it too sad, but the lovely ladies on the sample design team have just, you know, kept us updated. At one stage we were really worried about Gail, but she's good and safe. But yeah, I hear it's been absolutely devastating. So yeah, so we've still got a bit of that hole there, but we'll just see how we go with that. Right, and then we need to cut some pieces of paper that are going to go inside here. I guess the best idea would be to use scrap paper, but I kind of want it to look all the same. I don't want it to be a whole lot of different kinds of paper. Book page would be good, because I'm probably just going to slip a few things in here, and I think it would be a really cute little happy mail. I think I like it with this bit over the top of that bit, but that's okay, we live and learn. Right, so I'll go and sort out some paper to put in here. Okay, I think I'm going to use this. This is an old, I guess it was a ledgery type thing, but it wasn't stitched, it was glued, so I had to like tear the pages out. But I'm thinking that could look quite cool in there. So I want it to be a little bit smaller so it sits inside the envelope. So I'm going to cut it down here. So Rachel from Roxy Creations has made these little concertina envelopes, and I think I might just have that stick just slightly up. So that's where I want to fold it. I think about there. Maybe just a little bit there like that. I just, yeah, see how wonky that is? Let's try and get it a little bit straight. Working with really old papers, you kind of have to be aware of the fact that you may end up. And I think okay, we'll just do this one, and then we can see if it's what we want. So basically that will stick to there and open up. You can have it so this bit opens up and you can see this, but I think I'm going to stick this on. So that one goes there, and then I'm going to put two more in. So I'm making scraps, of course. Supposed to be using up scraps, but oh well. So I want another two the same size. I'm just gonna, hopefully these will end up being the same. I kind of like the blue tinge to these as well. I like how that looks in this kind of little cut off bit here. So yeah, I think they'll look good. And you can put little tickets, just little flat things in them. Because I've just sent out a few happy mails to some of the girls, New Zealand girls in our Facebook group, and 2 received them, and then one who is Barb, who I know really, really well. I've known her for a long, long time, and so I said, I didn't hear from her, and I knew she knew it would be from me, and I thought, oh, that's weird. So I messaged her and I said, did you get anything in the post from me? And she said no. And that was a while ago. I think I posted them probably 2 weeks ago, and she said it arrived today. So there's one other that I haven't heard from. So let me think. Do we want to do the edges, make sure the edges are glued first? Let's glue these together first. So I'm just going to do a little thin bit of glue, just some art glitter glue or wet glue or something down here to close these pockets up. Oops, I don't really want. I am, believe it or not, trying to keep my mat a little bit clean, but I know it's a bit grubby, but I'm trying to keep it cleanish. Right, so glue, yep, glue down these sides, and I mean you can make these with anything. Don't need checks, just any sort of digital would make quite cool little pockets. And then that's going, they need to sit in there. Now before I do anything else, I want to decide how I'm going to close it. I know I want to put it like a brad maybe here, but I'm wondering whether I want to do a policy closure on this one, which case I need to cut out some little circles. So these I've cut out with a 3/4 inch punch, just softening them up a little bit. I've got paper, brown paper ones, or I've got these, which is hanging file folder because it's got the green on the other side. And I like, what I do like is sometimes you can put a smaller one in the middle. I kind of like that look. Oh, that paper's pretty. So I mean that's just decorative, it's not going to, the string's going to go around the back of that one, so I'm just wondering, do I want it like that with an eyelet sort of in between there and there? Or do I just want the brown? The other thing I always forget to use, I wonder what these would look like. They might be too big. I've got this box of gummed spots, but they look quite cool. but they are bigger. Glue them onto the cardboard maybe to make them a bit stronger. I kind of like them with the gummed bit up. Let's do that and we'll see what they look like. They might end up looking a bit big, but that's okay. They're all curled. I actually saw this box at the flea market that I sometimes go to if it's on, and when I'm in Auckland visiting my girls. And I saw the box and I just thought it was an empty box, but I really wanted the box, but it ended up having all these labels in it. I think I got it for like $2 or something. Right, now the thing that I am really not that good at is getting anything in the middle of these. But we'll give it a good old go. Because they do look a little bit better if the eyelets are sort of in the middle. But yeah, I can't guarantee that. So there we go. And then obviously we want this to kind of be in the middle as well. So where are we going to pop this? About there. And this one is going to go about there. We'll see what happens, but we'll take these out. Yeah, I wonder if I might just put something there to strengthen under here. Just glue some paper on, just to make it that little bit stronger. I think I need to get my little bottle filled with some more glue. Oh, I could have just used some tape, couldn't I, actually? That's okay. And this one, I think, am I going to cover this? I possibly am going to put something along here, so I might just do the same. Just put the circle there of paper just to give it a bit more strength. I might use brads instead of eyelets for this. I have got some big ones. Where are they? Here. These are old brass ones. They're really long. Don't know what they would go through, but they might be quite cool. They're super big. Let's poke one through and see if we like it. So I'm just going to make a hole. I know this is not exactly in the center, unfortunately. And I'm going to push this through. We'll have to cut we'll have to cut those great big long legs off. Let's see. Well, we don't have to. We can, because we're going to cover this up, aren't we? Possibly. Okay, I'm having trouble splitting them. These are massive, aren't they? Yep, that's so off center. Oh dear, never mind. Let's just curl it up a little bit and hope for the best. I don't know about the brass, but anyway, I'm just gonna go with it. And oh, these are so big. I actually want to use these. Wouldn't mind trying to make some of those faux documents. Quite a few people have made them. Most recently, Danielle from Evelyn and Sage Avenue. Oh my gosh, that is so off center. How can that even be? It didn't look that bad when I made the hole. Wow, I'm gonna not use that one. Let's see if I can do better. But yeah, this is what I mean. I just can't seem to get something right in the center. Watch people and say, I'm just going to do this by eye, and I'm like, well, I wish I could do things by eye a little bit better than what I manage. That's okay. So put that there like that. Let's try and get this a bit more in the center. I feel like if I put it in the square and it's kind of lined up a little bit. Okay, if this is not any good, then let's just push it through. I can already see it's off center, all off to the left there. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. And then I'm gonna put a hole in here. Try not to take so long splitting the legs. There we go. Just gonna give those a push down like that. Okay, well, yes. Interesting. Okay, and then I am going to glue I'm going to open this first one, so that one's going to be connected to the front, and then I'm going to glue. I could just use glue stick. I'm going to try and line these up so they're beautifully centered-ish. And I'm going to glue what I think is down the middle here. And then I'm going to line this up and that up. And then I'm going to do it with the next one. I'm going to go and get some more glue in my bottle. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same again. So up this line here. I think that's enough. And again, line them up. Okay, now I definitely want this connected to the back. So that's gonna get glued on there. Do we want to strengthen this But are we going to cover this up and maybe strengthen that? Because actually we only join it, again, we only join it in the center, and then you can still see this sort of stuff. Right, so I'm going to glue again. I'm just committing myself now, and I'm going to pop this into here. Don't want it too near the crease. Okay, there we go. And basically this should all just open up. Yeah. So we've got these little things here. Now we can choose to, we could put some little labels that poke up there. This one, I don't know whether I'm going to attach it all to the front. I think I am. I think I'm going to attach this all to this. Yeah, and I think I'll just use the glue stick for that. Oops, I went too far up to the top. Right, and we just need to make sure that's down there. Yeah, I put glue too far to the top. That's okay, it'll dry. Okay, so there we go. We've got our little pocket, our concertina envelope thing. I think the only thing I would do different is I would have the check over the top of the one that folds around, if you know what I mean, so that on the back you would see that like that. So that's what I will do with my next one. And then of course deciding about whether we're going to put something along here. I'm just trying to think what I would like to see if when I open that up. I kind of like seeing the signature in the ink. That's the only thing. So it could just stay like that. These checks aren't that delicate. They seem quite strong. They're not cracking when they bend or anything. So I don't feel like I need to put anything there. I have some other checks which are a different size. Yeah, so I've got these ones which are a different size. They're not as wide that way, and they're not quite as tall. I want that to be the back, and then I'm going to do a bigger flap this way. Yeah. So I'm going to fold this like this. Maybe even there like that. And this time I am going to glue it this way. So I'm going to glue the bit I folded because this is going to be the back of my check, my little booklet or whatever. So I'm going to glue it like this. Let me just... Oh my gosh, I'm having a bit of a mare with getting things straight today. But that's actually not that different from usual, is it? Okay, thinking. Let's go like this. I mean, there's no guarantee that these checks are actually straight, so there. So that's that flap, and then I need another one. I actually really love the back of these as well. So I need another one that's going to come up to create this bit. So I want it to come up to about there. So that's what that's going to look like. You're going to see those lovely signatures. So let's fold this over about like that, I think. Well, we're working with nearly 100-year-old paper, so I guess we have to allow for a bit of wonkiness. There we go. So now I'm going to glue that one. We get there in the end, don't we? So I have scanned these. I would like to think that maybe I would be able to get them scanned and available. But we'll just see. But yeah, I'm going to sell them in my shop. Okay, so this one is a little bit different. It's got a bigger flap here. Now you could make this into a booklet, or we could do the same thing and make it into a pocket. How many of these have I got left? Yeah, I've got enough of these. So I'm going to just tear maybe I'll actually cut this one. Or I could just tear them one at a time. Hang on. Geez, my brain is not working well today. Oh my gosh. Thank you if you're bearing with me today. We have had some really sad news in our family. For those of you who know, David and I and all my children and the girl's father and a few other people are travelling to Gold Coast for my second eldest's wedding and with her partner. And we're all leaving which way was I going to fold those? This way. We're all leaving in a week's time, but 2 weeks ago, so 3 weeks before the wedding-ish, or 4 weeks maybe, 4 weeks out. Are these going to be deep enough? Yeah, I think that'll work. We got a message from Michaela saying that Nick's mum was really unwell and has a brain tumour, and so she was in hospital. I'm just going to trim these. I'll be right back. And because of the unknown of the diagnosis and the prognosis, Michaela and Nick decided to cancel their wedding. So we're all still going because we have tickets, and we could have cancelled our accommodation, but we haven't. So we're all still going to have a holiday and to provide some emotional support for Nick and Michaela, because last night after his mum had her surgery last week, and last night they found out that she has stage 4 cancer. So yeah, it's all pretty sad and emotional, but we're all going and we want to provide support and love to Nick and Michaela. They've had a bit of a tough time really, because they decided to get married, or they got engaged just before sort of COVID came around, and so then the wedding was sort of put on hold. They were going to get married here in New Zealand because they're both New Zealanders. And then, and then they decided, no, they'll have a really small little wedding in the Gold Coast where they live. But again, it's been put on hold. So really feel for them, and yeah, for Anne and his mum and their family, and yeah, it's very sad. So yeah, that's kind of been going on. And David's brother has been pretty unwell as well. He's in hospital. So yeah, stuff's happening, shall we say. Yeah, so can't all be sunshine and rainbows all the time. That's not how life is it? I wish it was. So yeah, the house sitters arrive on Tuesday. What are we today? Today is Thursday. Yeah, the house sitters arrive Tuesday. We'll sort of show them around. They are coming in their camper. We haven't met them before, but talked on the phone, and they're coming obviously to look after the house and the animals. So yeah, Tuesday we'll show them around what to do, and then we leave very early on Wednesday morning. And now we're in daylight savings here. It's a 3-hour time difference, so I know it doesn't sound like much, but actually it actually does whack you. Well, I find it does. So we'll be really tired, but it'll be nice. It'll be a nice family time. The weather hopefully will be lovely and warm. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to a bit of a break. I feel like I should try and get these in the middle. Right, and then just gonna lay this one on top. So the only thing that I wonder about with these is I wonder how to decorate them, because I'm normally with the lace, and I'm not really very good at sort of the whole office sort of look. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, or whether I just, I don't know, go with the lace and see what it ends up looking like. It might be alright, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, this one's got a big flap, which is nice, and then you get all this lovely stuff. So I wouldn't want to cover that up. I mean, I just really like that. And then this is going to open up, so I am going to glue this now, I think. Go. And I think I have taken up quite a lot of your time. I do want that to sit down in there. But I kind of wanted to finish this off. Maybe not, I'm not going to get them decorated. But again, I kind of like them as they are. Because I just love these checks, they're just beautiful. Okay, so this one I'm actually just going to put an eyelet in it. Again, it might need a bit of strengthening, so I might just do that. Put some paper on the other side where I'm going to put the hole. I'm going to use one of the big eyelets if I've got any. Yeah, I'm going to use one of those big ones. So let's mark where I want that to go. Okay, and then I'm going to use the big hole. Is that going to go in far enough? Yep. So I'll use the bigger hole in my crocodile. So different from the video where you could hear today, where you could hear, last time I did a video, you could hear the sun, the sea and the birds singing because I had the windows open, and today it's, oh, I was going to put a piece of, I was going to put this piece of paper there, wasn't I? I don't know if it works, but it might give it a bit more strength. Look, and when I don't worry about it, I get it pretty much in the center. That's crazy. There we go. It just might stop it from, you know, pulling through if it was going to do that. So there we go, we've got that one. Shall we just quickly get some string? Can you there to hold on while I do that? This one I'm just going to put a little bit of really kind of narrow thin string on. And I think what I might do is, I don't know if you've seen the last video I did just recently, and I'm making covers for all the sort of folded scrap papers that I've got. I think I might make a cover with one of these. I'll link that video. So there's that one. And then this one is going to have something a little bit more chunky, like this one. And I'm just going to thread it through. Whoop. I think that's enough. There we go, and that one's, I might leave that because I think I might like a bit of a longer tie on this side, so I'll just leave that. So there we go, I have made two things. I'll try and edit it so the video is not too long. But there you go, little folders that you can pop your happy mails into. So like some tickets in there, some little tags or something in there. Just some little flat paper things that you wanted to send with a happy mail or as a happy mail. Happy mails don't have to be amazing and extravagant. They can just be a thoughtful little thing. And yeah, I just feel good about maybe using up some of these checks. And so these will be in my shop when you see this video, just in little packs, and I'll try and keep them postage as limited. If you want tracked postage, it's super expensive, and you'll need to let me know, otherwise they'll be just sent letter rate, which isn't tracked. But I've had nothing that I've posted overseas go missing, and I've only really ever had things that have been delayed, and that's been in New Zealand. Can you believe it? So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, or if you haven't already, it would be great if you subscribed and joined our little YouTube channel. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today, and I will see you again soon in the next video. Bye.